All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving into a complete, totally hype-free teardown of a digital product system you might have heard of called School Posters Empire. You know, if you've ever scrolled through the massive market for printable educational materials and thought, how on earth do sellers actually produce so much high-quality stuff? Well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to pop the hood on this AI-driven system to see if it truly solves the absolute biggest bottleneck in the digital printable business.
Okay, take a look at the life cycle of a thunderstorm here. What is just absolutely wild about this is the sheer level of detail. I mean, we've got label diagrams, a beautiful cross-section of a cumulonimbus cloud, and even a wow fact noting that a bolt of lightning can heat air to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is roughly 5 times hotter than the sun's surface. It's factually accurate, it's beautifully structured, and it looks highly professional. Frankly, it's the exact kind of thing a science teacher would snap up for their classroom without a second thought.
But here's the multi-million-dollar question, right? What if generating a poster with this exact level of educational rigor and visual polish literally just took one single AI prompt? No graphic design skills required, no spending hours agonizing over dragging text boxes around in Canva, and no researching random meteorological facts. That is the exact promise of School Posters Empire. And today, we are going to investigate if it actually holds up in reality.
Section 1. The educational poster market, proving the demand. So let's talk about the actual financial stakes here, because they are incredibly real. Take the Etsy storefront My Llama Moon, for example. They have achieved nearly 65,000 sales. There are dedicated shops, like this one and others like Whale Wonders, that are making thousands of sales simply by focusing exclusively on kids' wall art, nursery decor, and educational prints. The buyers are definitely out there, credit cards in hand, ready to buy. And this right here illustrates why kids' education is just such a powerhouse evergreen market. Think about it. Children turn 6 every single year, like clockwork. That means you have this constant rotating demand from new parents, new teachers, and homeschoolers who are constantly looking for fresh material. Unlike trendy aesthetic digital arts or, seasonal decor, a poster about the water cycle literally never goes out of style. But here's the catch. Generic AI art, like just typing cute cat into an image generator, completely fails in this niche. Educational buyers need factual accuracy, correct information density, and a layout that actually makes sense for learning.
Section 2. Inside School Posters Empire, the product revealed.
So what are you actually buying? Well, inside School Posters Empire, you aren't getting some standalone piece of software. Nope. You're getting a massive, heavily organized library of 504 engineered prompts, perfectly spread across 36 evergreen educational categories. These are essentially paragraph-long design briefs, specifically engineered to be pasted directly into ChatGPT Images. They dictate the exact layout, the target age range, the color palette, and the educational structure, all so you don't have to guess or do the heavy lifting. But honestly, this is where the system gets super clever. They include these 10 bonus transformation prompts. So let's say you have this highly detailed full-color botanical poster tracking the journey of chocolate. By pasting just one transformation prompt into that exact same chat session, it is instantly converted into a black and white kids coloring page. It retains all the same base facts and structure, but suddenly you've generated a completely new, totally sellable product.
Let's do the math on that for a second. 504 base topics multiplied by 10 alternate versions. That equals over 5,000 potential sellable designs. You can literally turn one single base concept into a vintage science poster, a soft pastel nursery print, or even a calm, super clean Montessori-style layout. This allows you to target completely different buyers, everyone from Amazon KDP publishers making coloring books, all the way to parents curating a highly specific playroom aesthetic. It's a game changer. Section 3. The AI generation workflow, from blank page to listing. Look, if you've ever sat there staring anxiously at an empty AI prompt box, just completely blanking on what to type, this workflow is designed to completely eliminate that friction. It is incredibly straightforward. Step 1, you just copy a pre-written prompt from the library spreadsheet. Step 2, paste it directly into ChatGPT Images. Step 3, download the generated poster. Step 4, you run it through an upscaler to ensure it has that crisp 300 DPI print quality, and the creators actually provide a guide and free tools to do this, which is great. And finally, step 5, list it for sale. It's really just copy, paste, download, upscale, list. Section 4, the full funnel cost, following the money. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is that we are going to look past the shiny front-end promise and expose the hidden funnel costs. Now, the initial hook price is actually highly accessible. For just $19.95, you get the front-end product. This includes the 36 base categories, the 504 core prompts, and those brilliant 10 transformation prompts we just talked about. It is very clearly priced to get you in the door. However, and this is a big however, School Posters Empire operates on a standard digital marketing funnel model. This means there are 6 one-time offers, or OTOs, presented to you literally the second after your initial purchase, and they scale your investment up very rapidly. OTO 1 is $27 for 72 extra categories. OTO 2 jumps to $37. Then it goes into these deeply thematic packs, Animal Kingdom for $47, Space and Science for $57, all the way up to History and Legends for $77. They beautifully expand your catalog, sure, but they are entirely separate costs.
So here is the absolute crucial point. If you were to just blindly click Buy on the entire Empire funnel, scooping up every single upgrade, your true out-of-pocket cost suddenly snaps to $332.95. That's a bit of a jump from $20, right? And we really have to remind you, because this is just a prompt library, you still must pay separately for an active ChatGPT Plus subscription to actually use the image generator. You absolutely need to know the true cost before you start.
Section 5. Where to sell them. Building your empire. All right, you've got the art, so where do these varied formats actually fit? Where do you sell them? Well, Etsy remains your absolute #1 marketplace for digital downloads and kids' wall art. Amazon KDP is absolutely perfect for bundling those black and white coloring page versions into physical paperback activity books. Gumroad works great if you have an existing email list or audience to sell poster bundles directly to. Shopify lets you set up your own fully automated print-on-demand storefront. And whatever you do, definitely don't overlook teacher marketplaces. These platforms are literally filled with high-intent buyers actively looking to spend money on beautiful classroom decor.
Section 6. The final verdict. Buy or skip? We've reached the end of our explainer, so let's impartially break down exactly who should buy this and who should skip it.
As independent reviewers covering this launch have accurately pointed out, the real bottleneck isn't demand, it's production. Kids' educational content has to look accurate, age-appropriate, and clean. School Posters Empire is explicitly designed to solve that exact friction. It's really a workflow accelerator, specifically meant to bypass the incredibly tedious prompt writing phase. So here is your perfectly balanced reality check. You should absolutely buy it if you want a remarkably fast workflow for evergreen educational topics, but maybe you currently lack the graphic design skills or the prompt engineering patience to do it all from scratch. It is a fantastic shortcut. However, skip it if you're expecting a fully passive income stream where you do no listing, no tagging, and no store optimization. You should also skip it for sure if you don't want to pay for a ChatGPT Plus subscription. Remember, this is a production tool, not a magic done-for-you business in a box. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final, absolutely vital warning. And it's perfectly illustrated by this gorgeous ancient Egyptian pharaoh's poster. While the prompt engineering here is designed to produce accurate facts, it is still powered by AI. And AI can and absolutely will occasionally hallucinate. You must always fact-check educational material before you sell it to a teacher or a parent. A great prompt is a highly effective starting point, but it's never a guarantee of perfect accuracy. Always verify. Which brings us to the end of our explainer, and I want to leave you with a provocative final thought. This prompt system, it can absolutely generate the art. It can give you thousands of gorgeous variations in mere minutes. But can you build the empire? Do you have the entrepreneurial drive to match this AI's creative output, to actually build the storefronts and capture the market? Well, that's a question only you can answer. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and